Hey, how's it going? This tutorial is part of the Module 10 quiz, and it's going to help you with the Module 10 Lesson 1 portion of the review. So I'm going to start by going over the answers. But first of all, before you begin, make sure you have a calculator. You should be using that TI-30X2S. You're definitely going to want a pencil and a piece of paper to write down and work these problems out. I'm just going to work them out on the computer, but you definitely want a piece of paper, a calculator, and a pencil to work these problems out. It's going to go so much better, so much smoother if you do that while I work these problems out. Okay, so let's get started. Here we go. All right, with the first problem. Okay. So the first problem has this at biking, and a counter recorded 254 revolutions of the bicycle wheel shown. So this wheel spun around 254 times. It's a diameter of 5/4 feet. And I want to know how far that bicycle traveled. And it tells me to use 22/7 for pi. All right. So first of all, I want to know how far does the wheel roll for one tire revolution, and it tells me to enter my answer as a fraction or a mixed number. So I'm going to enter it as a fraction, and it says enter the correct answer in the box below. All right, so let's see. I've got 5/4, and I know I'm gonna. First of all, I know that circumference C equals pi times diameter. Okay. Okay, circumference is always pi times diameter. All right. So let's see. I'm going to 5/4 times 22/7. All right. And first, then I'm going to look to cross cancel. So I know that 2 goes into 4 2 times, and I know it goes into 22 11 times. And then 5 times 11, that's 55. And 2 times 7, that's 14. So that's my answer, 55/14. If you want to change that into a mixed number, you certainly can. How many groups of 55 can you make out of 14? Then reduce your fraction, but you do not have to. So 55/14. And of course, you can always use the hint button. That's going to tell you what to do, that's exactly what I did. And 55/14, I'm going to check it. Okay. All right. Now, I want to know what was the total distance recorded? All right, so let's see. I went 55. Oops, I don't want to push 5 there yet. Okay, I want to delete that. So again, I went 55/14. And if you recall, it told me it went around 254 times. Okay, so now I'm going to multiply that times 254. So whatever way you want to do this, I'm going to go 55 divided by 14 times 254. Okay, so, and let's see, 55 divided by 14 times 254. All right, and then it says to the nearest tenth. All right, so the nearest tenth, that would be 997.9. 997.9. So 997.9, and let's check it, and I'm good. Oops, I put a comma there, which is why I didn't take that. Check it, and we're good. Okay. All right, so that's question 1. Moving on to question number 2. All right, here we go. Let me clear my screen so all my scratch is gone. There we go. Hans opens a circular window that is 3.5 feet across at its widest point. What is the circumference of the window to the nearest whole number? Again, if you want to hit a hint button, remember, circumference is always pi times diameter. But remember, they give me the circular window is 3.5 feet at its widest point. So maybe I draw a circle here. And across the middle here, that's 3.5. So that's actually my diameter. So now I just need to multiply times 3.14. So, okay, so uh, 3.14 times 3.5, and that should give me my answer, which is 10.99. I think it says to round to the nearest whole number. So instead of 10.99, of course, I'm going to round this up to 11. Again, you can go through the hints. It says round answer nearest foot. All right, check it, and we're good. Moving on to question number 3. Clear off my scratch. All right, Ting is making a circular garden with a radius of 6 feet. Okay, so remember when I'm doing this, this time it's giving me a radius. How far across is the garden at its widest point? Okay, so I've got a circular garden. All right, and my radius, of course, radius starts in the middle and goes to the edge. And that's telling me that's 6. All right. So if it's 6 halfway across, what would be the full distance? Okay, well, let's see. Use the formula C equals B, and then double the radius to find the diameter. Well, 6 times 2, of course, is 12. The widest point would be 12. Now, how do I find um, the circumference? Of course, circumference equals pi times diameter. So, and it says to use 3.14. So let's see, 12 times 3.14. So let me get my calculator out. 12 times 12 times 3.14. Okay, and what did you get as your answer? Okay, let's see. Ooh, I put 12, 12. I was wondering why it's 12 times 3.14. There we go. 37.68. It's giving me a little mistake, and I saw why. 37.68, and we're good. Okay, we check it, and we're good. All right, moving on to question number 4. Now we're going to get some mathy problems that are really just one step or 2 steps. Okay, let me clear my screen off here. All right, 25. What is that? Well, first of all, let's put my formulas up here. Circumference equals pi times diameter, and of course, radius equals diameter divided by 2. So I could probably leave these up here the entire time. All right. Find the circumference. Round your answer to the nearest hundredth. Use 3.14 for pi. Okay. So they give me diameter, so I just need to multiply by pi. Okay. So let's see. 25 times 3.14. What do I get? 78.5. Check it. Of course, you can read those hints, which will tell you what to do every time. Okay. Check it. We're good. Okay. Moving on to the next question. Okay. What do they give me in this one? All right. They give me 4.5. Okay. And I know that my radius is diameter divided by 2. So I need to double that, right? So what is my diameter? That's right. My diameter is 9. Okay. Let's see if I'm going to say that. Okay. Here. Multiply the radius by 2 to get the diameter, right? Okay. So now I have 9 instead of 4.5. 9 times 3.14. There's your answer, 28.26. Check. All right, moving on. Okay, again, what is this? What is this 28? That's right. It's your radius. So what do I need to do to it? Double it. Multiply it by 2. So 28 times 2, of course, is 56. Okay, so 56 times 3.14, 175.84. Got it. Okay. All right, moving on. Number 7. Okay, find the circumference in 19. What does that represent? That's right, that's your diameter, so I'm just multiplying by 3.14. 19 times 3.14. 59.66. Okay, moving on. Next question. Almost through these. Okay, again, what does 3 represent? Your radius. So what do I need to do? That's right, double it. So instead of 3, I have 6. So I go 6 times 3.14. What do I get? 18.84. Check. All right, and the last one of this type. All right, what is 35? That's right, 35 is your radius. So of course I need to double that. 35 times 2 is 70. And then of course I'm going to go 70 times 3.14. So 70 times 3.14. And I get 219.8. Check it. You're good. Okay. Now, all right, now let me clean my screen off here, but these are going to look very, very similar. In fact, some of these may even be your test questions, your quiz questions that you see. All right. So 17, of course, is your radius. What do I need to do? Okay. What do I need to do with that first? Again, double it. Okay. Um, 17 times 2, that's 34. Okay. 34. And then what do I need to do? Multiply times 3.14. Select the answer. Oh, there it is. Check it. You're good. 106.76. All right. Okay. Now this is where it gets a little more in depth. There's a couple steps here, so you really need to make sure we read and write everything out. All right. Randy's designing a circular garden that is 18 foot in diameter. So I've got a circular garden here. Okay. And it's got an 18-foot diameter. Okay. And he's buying plastic edging that costs $1.50 per foot. And he can only buy edging in whole foot amounts. So how much does it cost Randy to buy edging for his garden and use 3.14 for pi? So of course we know that circumference equals pi times diameter. So they already gave me the diameter. So of course I'm going to go 18 times 3.14. All right, so 18 times 3.14. That's 56.52. So 56.52, but it already told me I can't buy part of a edging. I have to buy in whole foot amount. So I can't buy 56 because I won't have enough. So I actually have to buy 57 of them. Buy 57 feet. And they're $1.50 a piece. So I have to 57 times $1.50. So I need to find out what that is. And that's going to give me my answer. 57 times $1.50. And of course, you need to make that money. So it's not 85.5, it's $85.50. Okay. Check it. And we good. All right. Let's clear this out. All right. Let's move on to the next question. All right. Number 12. Again, this is just another, okay, 49. What is that? That's your radius, right? So, and I need to double that. All right. 49 times 2, that is 98. So 98. And of course, I'm multiplying times 3.14. And there's my answer. Okay. And it says round units in years hundredth, which is already in. So 307.7.72. And we got it. Okay, question number 13. Again, what's 4.4? It's your radius, right? So again, we got to double it. So you've seen this common trend. If it's your diameter, you multiply times 3.14. If it's your radius, you double it, then you multiply it by 3.14. Seen this common thread every time. Okay. All right. So 4.4 times 2, 8.8, right? 8.8 times 3.14. And nearest hundredth. So we're going to cross off that last two. 27.63. And we check it. We good. All right. All right. All right. Now, these last two questions are just review questions from previous chapters. All right. Nod is making a square of coasters with sides of 3 inches. Okay. On each coaster is a circular design. What's the radius of the largest circle that fits on one of the coasters? Okay. It's a square, right? Okay. So we're going to draw a square. And inside my square is a circle, right? And we spent a lot of time talking about a radius. So if that's 3, what's my radius? Well, half of 3 would be 1.5. So that was actually building you up to what we're going to do in this chapter. So of course, what's my answer? 1.5. Okay. All right. Moving on to question number 15. Okay, let me clear out the screen here. All right, it says in the circle, in the diagram, segment AC is the diameter. Of course, it splits that circle in half, and BD is the radius, okay, from the center of the circle to the edge. All right, is the radius and splits the upper semicircle in half. What's the measure of angle ABD? Okay, so ABD, what's the measure of this angle? Well, of course, when you have a straight line, what are those worth? 180 degrees. And if I split that 180 degree in half, what's 180 divided by 2? You can even look at the hints. Maybe those will help you. It's 90, right? Check it. We're good. All right, this ends review for module 10, lesson 1. Let's move on to module 10, review 2.